Rutten.
Hey, Steven, back in the house again, man.
Royler Gracie giving up 50 pounds in this fight. As I said before, Royler known to be probably the best overall mixed martial art technician. He can punch a little bit, he can kick a little bit, and we know all the Gracies are good on the ground.
That's one thing that's 100% sure.
Now, Yuhi Sano has got Nobuhiko Takada in his corner. Royler's got Rickson Gracie in his corner, and those two fought in the previous the Pride Fighting Championships #1. This is the second installment of the Pride Fighting Championships. First one was very, very successful. And so we're back. First match, Gracie versus Sano. And they touch gloves.
Now, I wonder what's going to happen. I think he's going to go to the ground. What do you say?
I think it's going to go to the ground, but I think that Sano is probably going to make it difficult for Gracie to get him to the ground. So Gracie might have to pull him down into the guard position. But I think Gracie's going to, look how fast he is. We'll see if he can pick him apart with some jabs and maybe some low kicks to set Sano up to try and grab the leg and go to the ground.
Yeah, you need to do something, but it's normally the pro wrestlers are good in defending the takedown. They got some skills in there, so and they train every day, you know. And even though it's pro wrestling, they're in good shape. And hey, they want to make a point. They want to say, no. Pro wrestlers also can fight for real. So
well, here we go into the Greco-Roman clinch. Both men down. Perfect. As I said, he pulls back into the guard, and Sano is engaging him. Sano standing back up. Royler got that right leg of Sano cupped down behind, and Royler got him exactly where he wants him. Sano standing back up, smart move, but Sano almost pulling into Royler's full guard. Sano sitting up straight, smart move.
Going for the butterfly guard.
Yeah.
He'll probably try to turn him.
Oh,
there you go.
That was a beautiful sweep there by Royler Gracie. Right on cue from Mr. Rutten, my partner's prediction.
Yeah, what else would he do if he gets a butterfly guard, you know? And knowing his submission skills, that was the only thing he could do right there.
The butterfly guard, if you're not familiar with the intricacies of ground fighting, is where you put the instep or the bottom part of the shin under your opponent's thigh and then twist him one way or another. Looks like Royler Gracie has got the mounted position. Now, because of the weight disadvantage, Sano may be able to just roll.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got very good belt. Oh, I thought there was an armbar there. I think he's going to go for the armbar, but he missed.
Sano pushing away at Royler's stomach. Royler really staying on top. Now, this is a good ground fighter in Royler Gracie.
Beautiful, good control. Jump to the other side. Very nice.
I really like Royler Gracie's style. A lot of action for a ground fight, because a lot of people think, well, when a fight goes to the ground, it's going to be boring. They're just going to lay there. But Royler Gracie does anything but lay there. Coming from the proud heritage, his older brother, Rickson Gracie, being reputed to be the greatest jiu-jitsu player in the world, Royler's got to be close behind. Royler, very well respected for his straight grappling abilities. And Sano, having not even thrown a punch, seems to want to meet him strictly on a grappling basis. It would be interesting to see if Sano institutes some striking in this, boss.
Yeah, it's quite kind of dangerous what Royler is doing right now. Not now, but putting an arm, when you're in mount position, putting an arm around somebody's neck, because that's the way you can turn somebody.
You can just roll him.
Twist him to the side. At least you could try. And it's like you said, he has the weight difference, so maybe then he's going to succeed at it.
There's Rickson Gracie.
There we go.
There it is. He turned him just as we thought. Now Royler going up high. Looks like he's going for a triangle choke, boss. And Sano picks him up and slams him out of it. He could have been in some trouble. Look at the footwork of Royler keeping him trapped.
I just want to say it. It's like
a little bug.
A spider. He's connecting all the time. Good control. Very good control.
I'm really impressed by the grappling ability of Royler Gracie here.
See, I would strike. If I would fight a Gracie, I would just go for strikes and takedown defense. I wouldn't clinch with him and do this.
Yeah, because this guy, he should have just thrown a knee straight up the middle. If he knows he's going to go to the ground, throw a shot.
And he goes again for the butterfly guard. He's probably going to twist him again. One on the hip. It's very nice to set up an armbar.
And Royler is so quick.
There we go. Watch this. Oh, no.
He's got that arm. Right now, there's not a lot of sweat, so it's easy to grip the limbs and hang on. Royler is a lot like a rock climber because there's very little to grab onto, but he finds something.
Yeah, plus he looks like a rock climber. Look at that. He's his muscle definition is strong for his weight. It's very strong.
Very lean. There's Nobuhiko Takada, the Hulk Hogan of Japan, and his former opponent, Rickson Gracie. Rickson Gracie beat Takada in the previous Pride Fighting Championships #1 with an armbar. But hopefully that will reverse that fortune. But Royler looks to be the better technician right now, and unless Sano, as we discussed earlier, uncorks some strikes, this will be a short night for Sano via the grappling mode.
He's going to twist him again, you see? Oh, no.
Look how limber Royler Gracie is.
Yep. One little mistake and he's going to be on top, so Sano better watch out. There he goes again with that foot, and it's hooking, it's like connecting, sticking to Sano's legs.
I think Royler Gracie's probably been on the mat hundreds, maybe even thousands of times, and it shows. Oh, going for the triangle again. It shows because every move he does is for a purpose, either to distract his opponent or to set up a series of moves, not just one move. Because he goes for one move, a triangle, then he'll go for an armbar, but then he'll go to try and sweep the opponent. He's really crafty.
Yeah, let's see if he's going to catch him with that triangle. It looks, here we go again. Oh.
But Sano just seems to be willing to defend, but people don't want to see a fighter just defend in a fight. They want to see Sano trying to win. This is Yuhi Sano's mixed martial arts debut, coming straight out of pro wrestling. But Sano hasn't done anything, nothing.
Just defending it. It looks like same as Takada was doing against Rickson.
Only maybe he's doing a better job, but maybe the weight difference is favoring him to help him do a better job because Takada, once it went to the ground, the fight was almost over from the beginning because Rickson mounted him and punched him until he got an armbar. There hasn't been a strike thrown in this fight, not a kick, not a punch, not a knee, nothing.
And it's strange, you know, because if I would, here we go again, fight a Gracie, you should hit, because that's their weakest, not that they're weak at it, but their weakest link is that, so strike.
Well, let's put it this way, that's the thing no one has tested.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's a weakness, but nobody has even tried to punch one of them.
Yeah, it's true.
So we don't know that that's necessarily a weakness because it's not like we saw Rickson or Royler get punched and rocked or something. Nobody's even bothered to throw a strike. They've just thought, well, we're on the ground, I better play their game, which is a mistake. A fighter comes in with certain skills. He's got to make the other fighter fight his game. We know the Gracies are going to make Sano fight his game, but is this Sano's game plan? Is this the way Sano fights? I don't know, I've never seen him fight, but so far maybe, I guess he is strictly a grappler, because otherwise he would have been punching by now.
Yeah, he's just trying to defend everything that Royler is doing. He should punch, yeah. Oh, no, that was a half thing. It was a try.
Royler's wide open for a punch.
Yep.
Because even if he has his wrists, once Sano pulls the hand back,
he has to use his weight difference. That's what he has to use. Power over power. But look at him.
I think he should stand up.
Especially when he takes the butterfly guard. Now he can't get up.
Yeah, because Royler doesn't have his hands locked up. Now it's too late now, but I think as soon as Royler lets go, because Sano is showing Royler that he wants to stay down there with him.
There we go again.
Another sweep, a textbook sweep. Royler, if there were points, I believe that this is a no-judge fight, meaning that if the fight goes the distance, it will be a draw. Another beautiful sweep there by Royler Gracie. Royler basically schooling Sano here on the ground in the techniques of jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah, and he knows it very well. Good control, even though the weight difference, he's controlling it.
He's got the mount, but I don't think the mount is going to be the ticket with Sano because the mount works well to ground and pound to hope for an armbar. But with a guy who's bigger, like Sano is by 50 pounds, I don't think the mount is the right position for Royler to win the fight.
I should stay in the side mount like this, start kneeing the body, kneeing the head, elbowing, and then set him up for a straight armbar, something like that. You know, and he's capable of doing it, so I think that's the best game plan for him right now. Absolute silence, do you hear it? Unreal.
Absolute silence in the ring, and the audience being a mirror reflection of that silence. The sound of silence couldn't be more apropos by Simon and Garfunkel.
This is the sound of silence.
Boss Rutan, ladies and gentlemen. Boss Rutan. 2 drink minimum here at the Pride Fighting Championships #2, ringside at the Yokohama Arena. Neither man has a scratch.
Nothing.
Both guys are. It's a straight jiu-jitsu match right now.
It's like they gave him the how you say it, they told him, okay, it's dangerous, you can twist him.
Yeah, he was going for the over-under choke there, but as Boss said, it's very easy to roll. Actually, it would be a roll to the left, but he's got to trap that that right leg of Royler.
Yeah, right now he's putting the underhooks on, so now he can't twist him. But it looks like they told the fighters, okay, no punching, no nothing after a certain amount of time or something. Do something. It's because they don't strike. Strike would be the major key here for Sano to do something to Royler. Striking. And Royler also, look at him, he's in the perfect position. Well, can mount a strike.
With a 50-pound weight differential, I think this may be the perfect opponent for Royler, Gracie, to institute his jiu-jitsu. But do people want to see this kind of a match where one guy just lays there and defends and the other guy is all over him?
Yep. Yeah. No, people don't want to see this.
They want to see competition. They want to see drama. Right now, there's no drama. Royler is mounted on top of Sano. Royler is thinking about an over-under choke. Sano is laying there looking to roll, looking to counter. But if Royler does nothing, there's nothing to counter, so nothing happens. No. So then we have the sound of silence.
This is the sound of silence. Yeah, now, let's go, guys. Show us some action.
Now, Royler's got that knee over Sano's left arm, and he's opening that up. That's a good move, but what's he going to do with it? Because he's got to flip to the other. Royler doesn't really have a submission right here. If Royler were smart, but he wants to play by the rules, he could just put his hand over Sano's mouth and smother him, make Sano react, and then go for an opening. But I think he wants to do this strictly by the book. He doesn't want to use any dirty tricks, which that really isn't a dirty trick. It's just a trick.
Yeah, I would use it. If it's legal, I would use it. He's going to the side. He goes back to the mount. He's pulling, but there is nothing there right now. I wonder why he's putting pressure on him. There's nothing there.
Well, there is a bit of a neck extension.
Yeah, but it's more of a chiropractic.
Yeah, you can't. It's really hard to, unless you have the guy's face in your shoulder or chest. You can't submit him. You could smother him, but Royler doesn't have enough mass really to put his chest or shoulder in front of the guy's mouth to shut off the circulation.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
No,
he's too small.
No yeah. Yeah, he should push himself out, start hitting, and then it will open up for a nice straight armbar or something. Up, here we go, knee right. I can't believe how quiet the people are again, man. It's like...
I think maybe there's a handful of people that are whispering a word, but everybody's just watching. Maybe they're really soaking this up. Maybe they're that much into the technical aspects of grappling. But I hear some catcalls from the back of the room. They've got to do something.
Yeah, they because this is not right. I don't want to see a fight like this for the next 30 minutes.
Sano merely defending. Royler is too far to his left to go for the armbar over against Sano's right arm.
And he's going again for that neck crank thing, but he's trying. It's not going to work. The only thing that we saw right now is like 2 or 3 triangle choke attacks
From the bottom.
from the bottom who got defended, and that's it. Not one strike,
Well,
or
see,
one kick.
one of the things about the mounted position is that in order to open up the armbar, strikes to the ribs and then the head are the ticket. Royler hasn't issued one single punch in this fight.
Now, here we are. What can we do?
Boss, let me ask you this.
Ask me.
Is this fight boring?
Right now it is. Yes, it is. Ask me something else. Come on.
Do you think there will be a punch thrown in the next 5 minutes?
And we can start betting on it maybe, like a live online bet. 15 minutes. Maybe this is the sign.
I'll bet you $1 million that this fight will not end in a knockout.
Okay, now let me see. It's a difficult call because I don't have $1 million, so
Okay,
I can't
okay, I
take
don't
that
have $1
bet.
million either. I know people who have $1 million, and so do you. But okay, gentleman's bet.
Okay.
I predict that this fight, hopefully, I hope it won't go the distance because there won't be any drama. It's just people pay money to see action or to see something happen. The heat from the combatants' personal, emotional conviction.
Did he tap him there? Look at him. He
did.
taps.
Okay, there's a strike.
That's a strike. Does it count as a strike?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a strike.
It's not a push. But he did it 2 times. Maybe now.
Looks like Sano
Hey.
going for a sweep there and almost getting guard. Sano waiting and almost exploding. You know where
Yeah, he
Sano may have some tricks up his sleeve. I know he doesn't have a shirt on, boss.
Yeah.
You tried that one on me, but he
But-
may have a few tricks.
I don't think that Sano wants to get hit because he got hit 2 times and then he went.
Yeah, but those weren't really hits; they just barely
no, that's
tapped
what
him.
I mean. Maybe it was. But listen, if he gets all frustrated by 2 of those stabs, then Royler better start hitting. He's got good ground control, man. Very nice. But he should use it to strike. Come on. That was another one. Look at this. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. You see? Do those count as a strike? That's the only thing I ask.
Yes, they do, but they almost. I guess they wouldn't count against Royler, but Royler's got a plan.
Oh my God.
But Royler's got a plan. Royler knows he's not in danger here.
Wait.
Royler can do any game plan he wants. So if he wants to start slow, and I've seen boxers do this. Alexis Arguello, one of the greatest boxers, a featherweight and lightweight champion from the 70s and 80s, used to come out there and hit the guy light just to see if the guy would block the punches, then he'd load up and knock the guy out. He'd hit the guy light. He'd hit him light. And the guy wouldn't block anything. Oh, this guy doesn't have any power, so the guy would get confidence, walk in, and get knocked out.
Ah, no. See,
Now-
that's perfect strategy.
So what he's doing is he's saying, well, if this guy's not going to block it, then blast him.
Yeah, no, but I don't see. I think you're going to be right. You can bet for $1 million. It's not going to be a knockout, but it would be very strange.
Now, see, they're getting harder. You can hear the thump.
Yeah, it's because everybody's also quiet. He got springs in the
And he
mouth.
doesn't want to hurt his hand, too. But as I said before, Royler supposedly is a decent striking technician, a decent kicking technician. He's got a well-rounded array of skills compared to some of the other Gracies or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu men who primarily go to the ground and go for a submission. And he's doing strikes now, which I figure he's not in a hurry. The other guy's not in a hurry. They're going to get paid regardless. But you got to think in terms of, do people want to see him fight again at this rate? Are people dying? Yeah, I want to see another match like that.
Yeah,
Or
that
they-
was great.
That was great when they laid there like, it's almost like 2 insects fighting.
2 cockroaches, man. I
There
tell
we-
you, okay.
I gave you that one. Was that
2 cockroaches.
was that Mr. Montana or
That's
was that
it.
Mr. Rutan? You be the judge.
Antonio Montana.
Will the real Antonio Montana please stand up?
Alejandro Sosa, man.
Well, I guess we could have someone else join us at the booth. I told you, Tony. These two men are just laying there on the ground.
Hey, man, you gotta give it up to them, man. To me, they look like two cockroaches laying there on the floor, okay? That's it, man. That's what I think, okay?
He's digging to the body now with that left hand.
Yeah, but he's digging the skin.
Well, they know they're in for a long haul because some of the fights in the last Pride went 30 minutes straight. And they're just fighting until somebody gives up. So the strategy is different than if it was like 5 rounds of 3 minutes like a Thai boxing match or 12 3-minute rounds like in a pro boxing match. So the strategy is going to be different.
Yeah, but come on. It's like you said, the people want to see action. You don't want to see this. He can finish it by start hitting him for real.
Now he's hitting right on the button.
Create some distance.
See, Royler is slowly turning up his game plan.
Yeah, maybe it's like you said, it's like...
Alexis Arguello?
That's it, man. Maybe he's setting it up and he's going to strike him hard later on.
Well, he's striking hard and out to the body. He's actually striking. Oh, Sano trying to post him up, trying to buck and roll, but it didn't work. Royler now, he's got the mount again, but he's going more for the knee on chest, not the side mount, halfway between the mount and the side mount, knee on chest position, but he's got the leg up now. The punches, I think, are more for a distraction.
Is he tapping or was that a hit?
My God, Sano got busy.
Yeah, he got 3 slaps on the back.
Good thing the referee didn't see it. Might have thought he tapped out.
Yeah. Oh my God, he gave him 2 back. And fatigue is kicking in this high energy. But come on, guys, show me some moves.
I don't think matches like this are going to set the general public on fire. I really don't. I think people that are used to... That's one of the reasons why pro wrestling is so popular. Pro wrestling, people pay their $29.95 or whatever because they know they're going to get action. Guys jumping off the ring ropes, guys hitting each other with chairs, constant action, a lot of trashy interviews. I think it's important for mixed martial artists, not necessarily to go out and do pro wrestling because I'm not a big pro wrestling fan personally, but if anything be learned by pro wrestling and some of the greater boxing matches in history, Holyfield versus Tyson, whatnot, is that people don't just want to see techniques and strategy. They want to see drama. They want to know that these two guys are fighting their hearts out, and they want to not know who's going to win. They want to just think that maybe the other guy's got a chance, maybe, but right now, it's almost like, do people care?
Yeah, nobody wants to see him again. You know, this is like, okay, I don't want to be liked by the audience. Let's fight like this. What can I say? What can we say?
It's like if you were at a heavy metal concert or a thrash punk concert, and all these thrash bands were playing, then a band came on and just played nothing but slow blues songs.
It's not gonna
really long 20-minute songs, slow blues. They'd probably get things thrown at them.
Oh, for sure, they're gonna get killed, especially at a punk rock or something.
Yeah, because the mosh pit, people would be like collapsing, like from boredom. I'm not saying that's happening here necessarily.
No,
but the inference is to get busy.
Yep. Especially it's Pride number 2. Oh, they were like it was a combination. The full right hand to the, what was it, to the eyebrow.
Now, a fighter may say to you, now, but boss, you can go ahead and interject on this when you want. But my goal is only to win the fight. I don't care how I win the fight.
No, this is not a fight. This right now is 2 people laying on each other. That's it. It's not a fight. If you fight, you fight. You fight.
But do you think because you come from Holland and Holland has got a heritage of stand-up fights and wars that gives you a slanted point of view?
No, the thing is, like here in Pancras, I'm known that people like me. The main reason that they like me is that I go for it. From the first minute off, I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna wait. We got 30-minute fights. We got the same thing, but it's not boring. You know, I just try to give some action. If you wanna preserve yourself till the end, you know, why would you? You know, throw it out. If you give shots like, you throw energy away for like 1 minute only. If he would sit up now, Royler right now, push himself away and just range bombs on him for 20 seconds. Forget about the minute. And then recoups again. Grabs him and takes a few breaths, good breaths, do it again. 20 seconds is a long period of time. You know, you can do a lot of damage in 20 seconds. But they don't. They choose to hold each other, lay there. It's like the same thing. He wants to... Oh, I went the distance with Royler Gracie. That's probably what Sano thinks. Because he doesn't do anything. He's not fighting. He's laying there. Oh, yeah, he taps him on his ribs on the back. But it's not what the people want to see. I go again. If they're gonna go home and they see the fight, they know exactly what they mean, and they're not gonna like themselves either. Maybe it's all a setup from Royler, and he's gonna finish him. But right now we've seen 25 minutes of this, and the audience is applauding, which is something I totally cannot understand.
Well, they're probably applauding that the fight's almost over.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Sorry. They're probably thinking, good.
Ah.
Wait till somebody else. Like they got some other fighters on the card. Gary Goodridge, Marco Huas. We got some Bronco Sikatic, who's crazy. We got some other guys who we know will go for it.
But you know the worst thing is, like, if you would wait and you think, oh, there's going to be action, and this fight's going to be like 30 minutes, but all the time from the beginning of the fight you wanted to have a beer or something, but you think, no, you know what? I wait because maybe it's going to be action, and then after 30 minutes you've been out without a drink, without a beer for 30 minutes, and there was no action. I see that's.
And then you go
traumatizing.
On the next fight, which was totally action, ends up in like a 30-second knockout, and you miss it.
And I miss it because you went for that beer, because you couldn't see you couldn't get the beer in this one. And see now, that's total confusion. Oh. Yeah, no, that's.
I think what it is that the public has heard about Royce Gracie's victories in the UFC. And they were tremendous victories. He won 3 tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the competition was new. Oh, here we go. Got some action to talk about.
Okay, now see what happens.
Now there's a lot of sweat.
There was it.
So the submissions are going to be harder to get. And now Royler chopping away.
He starts hitting.
Why doesn't Sano punch? I don't get it.
They gave him.
What happened? What's he doing?
They gave him, I was holding the glove or something.
Yeah.
I think it's allowed.
Guess.
But the question is what you said, why isn't Sano hitting? Hit it back.
Because even if Sano had never hit a focus mitt or a punching bag, he's probably seen people hit. And to just go out there and throw a couple of punches, don't start with the funny cracks here.
At least try it.
Don't start with the funny cracks here. Just give it up. Give it up, boss.
I thought it was a great comment. I was thinking, he saw people throwing punches. I think that's a great comment.
Yeah.
Look at this.
He's got to have seen people throw punches.
Yeah.
What position is this, boss?
This is the head between the thigh position. It's normally a position you use in an other act. But here, see? This not. If this is the Black Widow technique.
Oh, yeah. The Black Widow technique.
Yeah, that's...
I know it well. I've had it done to me a few times.
Look at him. Look at him.
The up kick. Oh, good shot by Royler Gracie.
It's getting interesting, you see?
Now, Royler is really turning up that cooker here.
But what? Now he starts to hit him.
Now Royler's really unloaded. Now what?
You're gonna lose $1 million, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. You take credit card on that. What started off as being a slow match has turned into a really high-paced strategy match.
He wants to go for a lag lock.
Royler busted him up and he's got him cut. Royler's just pounding away now.
He's going for a lag lock. That's the only thing he doesn't hit. He wants to go for a leg lock. Watch this. He wants to go for like a heel hook. It's the only thing he's going for. But it's probably the only thing he trained for.
Well, one of the greatest defenses against leg locks is to punch the guy in the face.
That's it. Bang!
Good
that was
shot.
A good one. Nice. You see now.
Good right hook there.
And why didn't they do this from minute 1?
Well, he wanted the guy to wear down because he's busting this guy up now. Royler held everything in reserve. This actually was a smart strategy. We were critical early on, but Royler may have the last laugh on this one.
Yeah, he does. But he can't take it away that it was boring for the first 25 minutes.
Oh, yes, it was. but he's tenderizing this guy's face. Royler can punch a little bit from the bottom position, boss.
Yeah, hey.
And you know as well as I do, it takes a lot more energy to generate power going up than it does going down.
Yeah, Royler, perfect defense.
Good shot.
Nice shots. Now he's getting warm. We're getting warmed up.
Sano has no clue about how to defeat Royler at this point. Oh my God, did Sano try to punch him? Royler looked like he's stacking up there.
No. Hey, let's continue a little bit more. You know what? Let's sit in this position a little bit more. Let's try not to do anything.
Oh, good up kick there by Royler. Oh, good punch there by Royler. Royler, good shot. Royler's breaking up the face of Yuhi Sano. Doesn't have him in the verge of being stopped. Roundhouse kick by Royler Gracie.
From the bottom. That was a good one.
Royler Gracie really showing his full range of technical capability in this fight so far. Fighting from the bottom, instituting a beating on Sano.
I tried to figure out what Sano's game plan was. Don't punch him. Don't go for submissions. Just stay out of trouble. What is his game plan?
His game plan, he might want to get a job working for Everlast as a heavy bag.
Hey, something good comes out of this.
Sorry, it's
a middleweight bag. It's a middleweight bag.
Well, he's 200 pounds. Okay. Is that a middle? Okay,
yeah,
now it's middleweight. A light heavyweight bag. Now that the new.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shot from the bottom.
Yeah. Well, that's
his knees.
The face squeeze.
Yeah, the face squeeze. Yeah, looks like a Kids in the Hall episode. I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head.
Yeah.
There is the famous Gracie reverse stomp to the kidney. Well, Gracie just cracking away with that right hand. Over, under. Right when we thought there were no strikes.
He started doing it.
And effectively, too, from the bottom.
Nice. I like the uppercuts underneath the legs.
Right under his legs. And he's hitting just hard enough, not jeopardizing hurting his own hand.
Yeah. That's also very important.
Yeah, it's very important that you don't break your own hand. Oh! It looked like, Royler was going to go for his back. Nice.
Let's go back in between his legs, get some more beating.
See,
let's go.
Now, Sano is in a damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he stands up, he's going to take a kick in the face.
Because this strategy really worked real good for Sano, so he's going to go back to it.
Yeah. Boss Rune, of course, is being facetious.
Oh,
it didn't work because he took an ass whipping.
Yeah, but why would you go back to that position, man? I'm clueless. Yeah, I guess that's life. Kick to the kneecap.
Sano should throw a roundhouse kick right here at Royler's head.
Jump up, do anything.
Throw a roundhouse kick. Just throw a roundhouse kick.
Kick. Oh, let's go back to the head squeeze. Yeah, no, come on, yes. Oh.
Like I said before.
Do something.
Yeah, but this is. He's not going to get him on the. No, he doesn't want to be on the bottom of Royler. Not right now. Not now. Because his head's got to be spinning a little bit from getting bounced. Those little punches.
Yes.
Oh no! Don't turn your back. He's going to get choked out. This is bad strategy. He doesn't have a clue.
Nothing.
He doesn't have a clue right here. Royler's letting him off the hook a little bit. I think Royler really. Oh, there's the armbar. He's got an armbar right there.
Hey! My God!
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Is he tapping? There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
Was he tapping or was he hitting? Because there was no difference in between the things he was doing.
There you go again, boss. He was tapping. You know he's tapping. Royler Gracie turned that up like he was cooking a stew, slowly turning the heat up to a simmer, then a boil. Then he turned it up to, it was broiling, and he charbroiled Sano with an armbar. That was That was actually a masterful and brilliant performance by Royler Gracie. Boring, as we said at the beginning, but he turned that up like a master. Of course, to be reasonable, the other guy did nothing. So he could do everything to this guy to show all his skills because Sano really didn't have a clue.
Look at this. No, but he could have done the same exact thing, in the first 2 minutes of the fight. That's it.
But he
exactly the same thing.
But he probably didn't want to take a chance. He didn't know anything about this guy.
Oh, okay, here we go. But, he comes from the same dojo as Takada, it's a pro wrestler, you got to take some chances. This is fighting. But, it's what you said. He did good. He won the fight.
I thought he looked extraordinary, but
at the end,
I've got to say Sano is not the kind of opposition that are going to push Royler Gracie. I'd like to see Royler fight some of the other tough guys at his weight.